going to be doing, because of the time of the year and the holiday season is coming, I'm going to be making a decoration wreath. Now normally in the UK we usually use holly, mistletoe and things like that. Now I'm in Portugal, so I can't actually get those things. So what I'm going to use the things that grow around me that I can pick for free. Okay, I'm just collecting the green in this area here to make my Christmas wreath. And it's just to demonstrate that you don't have to use the traditional stuff, you can use the green from what's in your environment. So there's different kinds of ferns and eucalyptus in this area, so that's what I'm going to use to make my wreath, holiday wreath. I've just collected a bit here in this bucket and I'll continue to collect free green. I'm just looking for the best leaves. I like the colour of the young eucalyptus trees. And there's some down here. Okay. Now I'm going to be using some olives. Olive leaves. I'm going to be using some eucalyptus and a little bit of oak seeds. Now what we're going to start with, I'm going to actually make the ring. Now the ring, I'm using some wire. Now you can actually buy the rings, but I've not been able to find them here in Portugal, so I've just got some garden wire. I'm going to run one up myself. So it's very cheap, it's probably about €1.50, and I'll just show you how to make it. So to make the wreath, we're going to take the wire and we're going to form 2 circles. So I'll just get some wire cutters. Now you can do whatever size you choose. Mine's not going to be that big. So what I'll start with is to make the first circle. You don't have to be too accurate with this. And I've got some flower tape here. So I'm just going to tape it together. And that's our first circle. And then I'm going to cut another circle, and this time I want to make it a little bit bigger than the smaller one. Now the next stage is to attach this circle to this circle. I think I'll just secure that a little bit more. Now this flower tape, you can pick this up from any flower shop and it's not too expensive to buy. And what it does, when you use this tape, it's quite sticky, and when you stretch it, it kind of makes it even more sticky. So what I'm doing, I'm stretching it as I wrap it round. Okay, now we've got both our circles. I'm just going to cut some lengths of wire to attach all the way around to join the circles together. So I'm going to cut each length of wire the same length. And I wouldn't worry about this too much. You don't have to make it absolutely accurate. It's just to support all the green that we're going to attach to the wire frame. Now I'm going to do 6 supports. So what we're going to do, we're just going to attach each one just like that. Just bend it over, and then we're going to tape it just to secure it in place. as you can see, what I'm doing, I'm just bending them over just to secure it in place so that the circle's pretty much in the middle. Like I said before, it doesn't have to be completely accurate. Okay, that's lovely. Right, the end bit that's missing, I'm just going to take the pliers and bend it around the ring. Okay, so that's completely hooked over, and just squeeze it together like that. So you've got kind of a V shape. So we've pretty much got the frame. So what I'm going to do to support the gaps, I'm just going to wrap it in some string. I'm just using ordinary garden string. Just tie it at one end and cover it, the end with tape so it doesn't come undone. And all you do is continue to wrap it around so that this will support all your flowers. Now I'm just going to go around it twice just to give it that extra security. Now for my wreath, I'm going to decorate some oak tree seeds, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to sprinkle them with some glitter. Now you can do different coloured glitters, you can use red, but what I'm going to do for the wreath that I'm making is some silver. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take some glue and I'm just going to brush the glue all over the pods, just like that, so it's all covered, and then I'm going to dust it all with glitter. It'll just add a nice Christmassy touch to your wreath. Now what I didn't mention was you need to wire these. So what I'm going to do, they're quite soft, I'm just going to poke a hole through there and then a hole through there on that side, and then I'm going to take one of the wires and I'm just going to thread it through. You might have to give it a little push just to get rid of all the thing inside. You just thread it through, pull it through, twist, and there you've got it wired. So now I've got all the things that I need to make my wreath. I'm going to start assembling things. So I've got some, actually I've forgotten the name of this. Anyway, it's some sort of fern. So sorry. So now I've got fern, and these are quite flat. So I'm going to put those at the bottom of my wreath all the way around. So when you assemble, you want to make one pointing on the edge of the wreath and then one on the inside, and I'm going to lay that all the way around. Okay, so how I'm going to secure it, I'll first attach it in the string, and then I'm going to tie a piece around to start, and then we're just going to keep wrapping and adding the bunches. So I've only just going to tie that there just to secure it round. So how I'm going to do one on the outside, and then I'm going to do one on the inside, and I'm just going to wrap that round so that's secure there. And then I'm going to use some of this foliage on the middle, like that. And then I'm going to use a little bit of eucalyptus just to give it a bit of depth. And then I'm going to start again with the fern, one on the outside, one on the inside, and I'm just going to continue all the way around like that. Okay, before I finish the end here, I am going to make a hook where you can hang your wreath. So I've got two green wires, and I'm just going to twist them together. You can use ribbon if you prefer, but I'm going to use wire because where I'm putting it, it's going to be outside and it might get wet, and I'm just worried about the ribbon not being adequate. So once I've twisted them together, I'm going to take the tape and I'm just going to wrap the wire in the floral tape. And what I'm doing, as I'm twisting it, I'm stretching the tape so that it sticks. So that's where my hook is going to go. So all I'm going to do is to attach it to the ring. So I've just, I don't know if you can see that there, I've just bent it over and twisted it around the inside ring. And then I'm going to thread it through so it's on the outside. So I've got my ring there. Okay, so I'm just going to finish off attaching until your gap's completely closed up. There's a slight gap here, and what I'm doing here, I'm going to put in my bow. Okay, and the bow that I'm going to be using, because I'm going to put silver balls in, I've got a silver engraved bow that I'm going to use. So with your ribbon, you're just going to make a loop and go back on itself. And just turning as you make the loop. This is going to be your bow. And I'm going to do 3 loops. Got 3 loops on each side. I'm just going to take a wire. I'm going to crunch it up together so that it's nice and small in the middle. I'm going to take my wire, wrap it round, just pull it tight, just twist it. It's nice and twisted, and all you're going to do is just fluff it up. It's nice and big, and that's where I'm going to attach my bow. So that's ready. To end it here, I think I'm going to end with some eucalyptus. My eucalyptus is going to go there. Take a wire, wrap it round. And twist it to secure it. And then just here in that space, I'm going to push the stalks through and wrap the wire around to secure it around the frame. And then pull the string through. And then I'm going to cut the string and I'm just going to tie it off with a knot. Now I'm just going to attach my bow. I'm going to thread the wire through the frame and just pull it through so that's nice and secure. Just making sure it's on the inside. You can pretty much put the bow where you like it, but I think I prefer mine at the top. And then I'm just going to twist it around the frame so that's nice and secure. Now I'm going to attach all my silver baubles. What I'll do, I'm going to put them in bunches of 3. I think that'll make it pop. So twist all your wires together, your 3 bunches, and just thread it through. At the back of the wreath, I'm just twisting it around the wire frame, so that'll just keep your in place. So here we have it, the finished wreath. Very easy to do, and instead of going and buying one, you can actually make one yourself using all the evergreen foliage that you have around you.